Hi everybody, welcome back. This week I want to introduce a new activity for you guys to do with VowelCat. So I hope that the past week you were able to practice a little bit creating your own vowel chart and it was successful. I hope that you were able to fix out any problems with it and you're able to see which vowels you need to push a little further away from each other and that sort of thing. So I hope it's been a useful experience so far. As always, please, excuse me, please feel free to email me and contact me about any issues you're having, either with the computers, with VowelCat. If you feel like you're having issues with your voice or your vowels, I'm happy to meet with you and give you any advice or help. So I'm always here if you need me. Other than that, every Tuesday I'll be sending you a video like this with another activity to incorporate into your VowelCat practice. So today what we're going to be doing is working with some minimal pairs, so that once you have your vowel quadrilateral set up, like you can see I have already done here, you'll be able to practice with actual words to differentiate your sounds a little bit better. So here you can see I've already set up my vowel quadrilateral to my own sounds. Again, you can notice that the red ball is moving for the most part within it, which is what we want, correct? So we want to see the ball staying within our constraints, okay? So now what I want to do is introduce some minimal pairs. And what do I mean by minimal pairs? I mean two words that sound almost exactly the same except for the vowel in the middle is different. So we found that the best set of minimal pairs we can come up with is when we start a word with a p or a p sound and end it with a t or a t sound. So I'll kind of give you an example. In this way we have actual words in English that we're using and we're able to create or we're able to visually see the differences in the words that we're saying because they have different meanings. So that's the importance of a minimal pair, is that if you don't pronounce the vowel correctly, people are going to think you're saying a different word. So we're going to start on the back top vowel here, this oo sound, right? You saw the vowel or the ball go straight to it. So first, the oo sound is going to be the word poot, 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 right? You see the red ball going up to the letter, and we're going to compare it with the vowel next to it. Now, the reason why we're doing the vowels that are next to each other is so that we're using vowels that sound very similar and they're very similarly placed in our mouths, but it's important that we differentiate them ever so slightly, but still different, so that we are making these words sound different because they have different meanings. So we're going to compare poot with put, right? So this horseshoe-shaped vowel here is that sound that you hear in put or foot or book, right? So oo versus okay? And as you can see, the ball went there very nicely. So we'll say the word poot, 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 put, put, put. And as you can see, the red ball is up here when I say poot, and when I say put, 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 the red ball's down here. Now what we don't want to see, that we might while you guys are practicing, is where we're going to have the ball land in the same spot. So I'm saying poot, poot, and then put, 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 where we feel like we might be saying a sound, but really we're still too far up. So if you're noticing that while you're trying to say put, 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 and the ball's hitting up here like put, 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 then let's practice bringing it down. And remember, this shape is supposed to symbolize the shape of our mouth. The red ball is kind of symbolizing where our tongue is landing in our mouth. So if the red ball is landing high up here, then try to lower your tongue. Try to imagine what that's like and lower the tongue a little bit so that instead of poot, poot, you're thinking of lowering your tongue, going put, put. It's almost like relaxing the tongue a little more, okay? So now we're going to take put and we're going to compare it with this carrot shape here, which is a so it's even lower, right? So put, 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 right? So as you can see, it was definitely showing up lower. Now remember, we don't need it to be exactly on our vowel and we don't need it to stop there. If it just passes through frequently, then we're putting it in the right spot. Now, that's the most important thing. And as long as it's not going in the same place as the other vowel, and in this situation, as long as it's not going above that vowel, right? We want it to be lower. So it's all about where the vowels are in regards to each other. Okay, so we want the put, put, put. We want that sound to be lower than our put, 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 right? Now, I just want to give you that short example, and I want you to move around to all of the vowels and do it. Like I said, some of the higher voices, especially female voices, have some trouble with these front vowels, especially the high vowel, like the E sound. So I don't want to spend too long on here trying to create examples of these ones, because sometimes it misses the register for me. But I think from those examples you can understand, and you go around the vowels. So the next one will be the sound versus the sound, then sound versus the sound, then sound versus the sound, versus the I versus the E, right? So that's how you want to go around, but you want to add those letters in. So it's going to be put versus pot, pot versus pat, pat versus pet, pet versus pit, pit versus Pete. So attached in this email, I'm going to send you a worksheet that actually has all of these words written out so you can see them phonetically and written in English, the actual word. So that way you can practice going around and practice trying to compare positionally these vowels to each other. So like we're doing the ones going around the vowel quadrilateral, practice going front to back. Practice going Pete to poot, right? So Pete to poot. So we're taking the front of our tongue and it's right up in the top front of our mouth, and then we're dropping it way back and we're going all the way to the back part of our tongue using that part, and the front is dropping. So try to figure out what that means positionally in our mouth to do all of these sounds, and how you can move your tongue around and create the sounds and change them. And take note of the sounds that you aren't pronouncing differently enough. A lot of times we have issues with the one that I gave example of, like the oo and the Another major issue that people tend to have is with e and I. So those ones can be really difficult in the and a. Again, these all sound super similar, but in English we have so many words that are minimal pairs with these sounds. So if you pronounce the vowel wrong, a lot of times you have to rely on context to understand, which isn't always ideal. So please practice with this, and I'll give you multiple minimal pairs to work with on the worksheet, and I hope it's helpful. So I hope you guys enjoy. Again, email me with any questions, have fun practicing, and don't forget to record every time in a screencast record and save it to the desktop. So yeah, enjoy your week. Thank you so much.